Hello, my friend. Doc Martin here. Today, I'm going to discuss the fourth step in the stress management approach. The first three steps were reframe, recognize, and reduce. The last step is recharge. What is it, and how do we do it? For individuals with autism and other developmental disorders, just the act of living in our world is energy draining, both mentally and physically. All of us have a finite supply of energy to get us through the day. We wear down as the day goes on. An interesting side fact is that judges give harsher sentences and surgeons make more mistakes in the afternoon. Why is this so? Because they have used up their personal energy supply throughout the day, and they make quicker, less thoughtful decisions later in the day. That is why I personally schedule my doctor and dental appointments in the morning. I like to stack the odds for good, accurate treatment in my favor. The fact of the matter is, our energy banks can get depleted and need recharging. One of the problems with stress is not the stress itself, but the lack of proper recharging. You can think of your body and your mind as like a smartphone. It needs energy to function, and it also needs to be recharged. Same with us and the people we support. But first, if you're enjoying these videos, please hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I really appreciate that. Thanks. One skill as support providers that we need to develop is that of monitoring the individual's energy reserve so that we can make adaptations and not overwhelm him or her. Once the reserves reach a low level, the individual's thinking, reasoning, and communicating deteriorates, and the potential for a meltdown is greatly increased. Another way of looking at this is to think of energy levels as a gas tank. The person starts the day with a full gas tank, but as the day goes on, he or she may get more taxed and drained, so that by the time they are arriving home, the tank is pointing to empty. As I discussed in the last video, that is why some children with challenging behaviors are more likely to explode when arriving home. They are thoroughly exhausted from a trying, stressful day. And that is the time when we need to back off demands and give the person more time to recharge and restore their depleted energy supply. For some individuals, the energy levels may already be half empty at the beginning of this day. Some questions to ask are, how well did they sleep? Did they eat a good breakfast? Were there taxing events the night before? Does he or she already appear stressed and anxious? For children with challenging behaviors, it's important to know the person's energy level before starting the day. It helps in making the decision on what demands the child can handle without being overwhelmed. Not only should we monitor energy levels, but we should also schedule recharging activities. It's like plugging in a smartphone to boost the battery or stopping the car at a gas station and filling up with gas. Make recharging activities, both for you and the person you support, one of your top priorities. Let's start with taking care of you. Make a list of activities and situations that enable you to recharge, recover, relax, and restore. These could be things you currently enjoy doing or things you have enjoyed in the past. Or perhaps you're thinking of things you've never done but would like to do. Many recharging activities don't take a lot of time. Some can take just 5 minutes. So here's some ideas on how to recharge your batteries. The first three to me are the most important, and I will be discussing them in future videos. They are: get 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, eat healthy, practice good nutrition, and 3, get enough exercise. Sleep, nutrition, and exercise. That's the Trinity. And those are 3 things that will really recharge you and help you get through the day without wearing down. Some other recharging activities are in the area of leisure: cuddling a pet, watching a movie or TV, listening to music, reading a book, taking a warm bath or a long hot shower. In the area of relationships, meeting a friend for a cup of coffee or tea, calling family or friends, text something nice to someone you know, schedule an activity with a friend. In the area of health, take a nap during the day, go for a long walk, cook one of your favorite dishes, practice mindfulness or do yoga, tai chi. Some work recharging activities could be taking short breaks at work, complimenting someone, going to lunch with a coworker, taking a walk during your lunch break. Many of these same activities can be used by individuals with challenged behaviors and intense emotions. So here's a few more ideas. Playing outside, fidget spinners, chew toys, squeeze balls, walking, cycling, running, breathing exercises, listening to music, playing a musical instrument, singing, dancing, painting. It's a whole range of different things that can be recharging. Your job is to figure out what the individual you support finds calming. Make sure to provide recovery breaks. As the individual with intense emotion gets through the day, monitor his or her energy level and try and balance the number of demands with calming, recharging activities. Recovery breaks allow the individual to reduce the stress chemicals in his or her body and to recharge and restore the mental energy. Many times, this may be simply allowing the individual to withdraw to a quiet area where there's no demands and no one else. For others, it might be physical activity, going for a walk or run, shooting baskets, or kicking a soccer ball. Ask yourself the following 4 questions. How taxing has the person's day been so far? What are his current energy reserves? What do his or her behaviors, their behavior indicators, what do they tell us? For example, increased stimming, increased motor activity, withdrawal, oppositional. And does he or she need a break? Insert recovery breaks throughout the day. Try to balance the day with frequent breaks. And be aware of the delayed effect I talked about in the last video. The individual holds it all together while at school or in the community, and then melts down in the car or the bus or when arriving home. I want to bring this point home. Imagine the individual with challenged behaviors holding a rope. The rope leads to a pulley. It's attached to the ceiling. And at the end of the rope is a big, beautiful chandelier. All day long, he hangs tight on that rope and keeps the chandelier high in the air. When he gets home to his safe space with his safe people, he immediately lets go of the rope and sends the chandelier crashing to the ground. I think we've all dealt with that situation with the person we support. So the question of the day: what are some recharging activities that you and the person you support find helpful when feeling energy drained? I have one request. This is the last video in the series on reframing challenging behaviors, and I'd like it if you could email me with ideas on important topics that you would like to have me cover. Some of my ideas are how to manage the cycle of meltdowns, prevention strategies to limit meltdowns, how to help with sleep problems, how to manage eating problems, dealing with going to the doctor or dentist. There's lots of different topics, something that maybe that I haven't mentioned that are very important to you. And I really want to hear about those topics. My email address is managingmeltdowns@yahoo.com. And if you have a specific problem, a specific behavior problem you'd like me to answer, I'm starting to do live broadcasts called Ask Doc Martin. So send me your questions again at managingmeltdowns@yahoo.com. My email address is also below. I look forward to hearing from you. Don't forget, if you're interested in everything that I'm talking about, to hit both the like and the subscribe buttons and turn on that little bell next to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my uploads, because I know you're going to love them. This channel is being designed especially for you. Take a look at my online Moving Beyond Meltdowns Academy. Moving Beyond Meltdowns Academy. It has 2 programs for you. A mindfulness program and a healthy eating program designed especially for you, the support provider. That link is also below. And by the way, I will be posting a new program designed especially for helping parents reduce their stress in the next few weeks, so stay tuned. And if you haven't downloaded the free stressor checklist, that link is below too. So thanks for watching. And please leave any comments you might have or any suggestions for topics you'd like to see covered. I'd really appreciate that. So see you next time, and just keep on trucking.